My dear child, I need you to hear me now. This isn't something to casually scroll past. This moment carries weight, it's sacred, and time, it's moving quicker than you realize. Archangel Michael has surged forward, his voice shaking with a holy urgency. There's someone in your life, perhaps someone whose struggle you haven't fully seen, whose days on this earth are drawing to a close. They've been burdened by a message, a truth they've held deep for years. They long to share it, they ache to speak, but fear holds them captive. And now the window is narrowing. Quiet your spirit, be still, I am speaking. You've noticed something lately, haven't you? A tug in your soul, like a whisper traveling from a distance. That's not imagination, that's me reaching through the chaos, to bring you this moment. Someone you care for is near the end of their earthly path. They've practiced the words they wish to say to you, countless times, but the timing always slipped away. Now only days may remain. Listen carefully, you're not here by mistake. This is divine design, it's me, your creator, crossing realms to stir your heart. I know the exhaustion you carry, I see how life has stretched you thin. You've even questioned your value, wondered if your presence still matters. But today is different, this message is about a love that has quietly followed you, someone who's cared for you deeply, but lacked the strength to reveal it. Their time is running low. This isn't a threat, it's a divine opportunity. If you open your heart now, you can become the very miracle they need, before they leave. They are desperate to share their truth, before their spirit moves on. Pause here, just for a few seconds. If you're feeling a heaviness in your chest, or an ache in your heart, that's not coincidence. That's the nearness of heaven, the angels drawing close, to help you hold this truth. Don't resist, don't dismiss this. What you're about to hear may change the lens through which you view everything. Before we go on, take a sacred pause. If this message resonates, subscribe now. Your spirit was guided here for a purpose, and staying connected ensures you receive divine confirmations, just when you need them most. Nothing in God's plan is random, neither is this moment. Stay aligned with the message heaven is pouring into your life. Now listen closely, beloved. This person I'm speaking of isn't some stranger. They're interwoven into your life story. Maybe time or circumstances created distance, maybe silence replaced connection. But they haven't forgotten you. In fact, they've been holding on to a truth about you, a truth they've never had the strength to voice. They believed they had time, they assumed the right moment would eventually come. But now time is fading quicker than anyone expects. Their mind, their body, their soul, it's all growing weary. And above all else, they want to speak your name aloud again, just once more. They want to look into your eyes, and share what's been buried in silence. They're not scared of death, what truly frightens them, is the thought of passing on, without making things right. They've pleaded with me, whispering in their quietest prayers, God just let them know. And so I'm telling you now. I'm not revealing this to frighten you, I'm preparing you. Because there is still time, you can still reach out, you can still speak what must be said. You can be the light they carry with them, as they cross into eternity. Don't wait for a perfect moment, it won't come. The breath in your lungs, the beat in your chest, this is the moment. And I am leaning into your spirit now, asking you to move. Let go of the walls you've built, set aside pride, and reach out. What if you're the only one who can offer them peace, before they say goodbye? What if your unspoken words are the ones their soul has been aching to hear? They're scared to call, scared you'll ignore them. But they're still hoping, still praying, wishing you'll feel this in your heart, and take the first step. They've clung to a memory with you, a small gesture, a simple smile, a brief exchange. It was ordinary to you, but sacred to them. It gave them strength when they were isolated, it gave them hope in dark moments. They never told you, but that memory may have been the light that saved them. Now as their final moments draw near, they want to give you the truth. They want you to know how much you meant to them. They've seen your recent photos, they've heard whispers of your strength, your transformation. They're proud. But they feel like a shadow, beside your rising light. Still they love, still they pray, still they ache for the chances they never took. And now they fear they've run out of time. There's something more, unless you take the first step, they won't. There's something you haven't heard. They wrote a letter about you, yes you. It's tucked away, hidden beneath papers. Inside is everything, their feelings, their regrets, their love, their dreams for your future. They weren't sure they'd ever be brave enough to give it to you, but they wrote it, hoping God would make a way for it to reach you. And this is that way, I am that way. I see your heart stirring. You're feeling something indescribable. That's not confusion, it's a divine confirmation. Your soul recognizes what your mind is still questioning. You know who I'm talking about. Don't turn from this, don't delay with a maybe later. Later is not guaranteed. I sent this word now, because things are shifting in the spirit. A divine countdown has started. And if you don't move, the moment may pass. The angels are surrounding you, their wings tremble, not with fear, but with urgency. Archangel Michael is positioned, right at the edge of your reality, urging you to respond. This isn't drama, this is destiny. This may be your final chance, to bring peace, to offer love, to crack open your heart in time. Once they're gone, the door closes. You won't be able to reach them in the same way. The grief you'll carry, it will be deep. The kind that echoes in silence, the kind that replays every missed opportunity. That's not what I want for you, that's why this message came now, not tomorrow, not later, now. This is your call to action, to courage, to love. Pick up the phone, send the message, knock on the door, say what matters, even if your voice shakes. You're not weak for loving, you're not a fool for caring. Love is never wasted. Even if the moment is messy or hard, it will matter, to them, and to me. Every act of love is recorded in eternity. Don't let fear steal what's sacred. You are stronger than silence, braver than pain, and I'm right beside you. This person, they don't need grand gestures, they don't want anything material. They just need to know they weren't forgotten. That you still care, that their life mattered. Because in their quiet moments, they've wondered if they were just a fleeting page in your story. But you can show them they were seen, cherished, remembered. You feel that sensation again, that trembling in your belly, that energy along your arms. That's how angels communicate, when divine truth hits your spirit. Don't ignore it. This isn't just a message on a screen, it's living, it's sacred, it's your time to respond. Your heart already knows the truth. Even if your thoughts are spinning, your soul is still. It knows this moment is holy. Heaven is standing by, waiting to move through your response. And here's something you might not realize: the person I've been speaking of may seem fine. They may smile, they may post, they may act like everything's normal. But their light is fading, their spirit is weary. They're preparing for their exit, in quiet, hidden ways. You wouldn't know it by looking, but I see what others can't, I see what they're hiding. That's why I'm speaking now, because I don't want you waking up to news of their passing, and regretting the silence you didn't break. They've been walking through memories, your photos, old conversations, objects tied to your time together. That's how deeply they valued you, that's how much you still mean to them. But their voice has been stilled by pride and pain. And now silence feels suffocating. That's why I sent this to you, because your words, your gesture, your reach, could be the breakthrough. You don't need a perfect speech, just send a message, just say, "I've been thinking of you." That's all it takes to begin. And once the door opens, everything can change. I'll guide the rest, you don't have to do this alone. My presence will be with you, bringing calm in the midst of emotional storms. I'll help the words form, when they feel too difficult to speak. I'll help carry the emotions that feel too heavy to hold. There is still time, my beloved, though not much. You're standing at a sacred crossroad, and I'm gently asking you to take a step through. Don't let fear of judgment hold you back. Don't let appearances stop you. In the end, those things will fade. What will remain is that love was shared before it was too late. That something true was spoken while ears still listened. That hearts opened before grief closed them. Don't let distractions steal this moment. The enemy will try to prevent you from reaching out. He'll plant thoughts like, "It's not your responsibility," or "They won't care," or "You'll seem foolish." Cast those lies away, they don't come from me. I am truth, I am love. And I am moving you forward, because this moment is divine. This opening is sacred. Your willingness to act now will lead to a healing that reaches farther than you can imagine. I see the pain you've carried, I've heard the questions about why I allow suffering, why people drift, why death comes uninvited. I've held every tear. But right now, I'm not asking for understanding, I'm asking for trust. Trust that this connection exists for a reason. Trust that the act of love you offer now will echo beyond this life. Even if no one says thank you. Even if they never find the words to explain what it meant, heaven will know. It will be celebrated in realms unseen. Some people leave this world with chapters unfinished, with hearts full of things they never got to say. But that doesn't need to be your ending. I'm giving you something rare, a final opportunity. A chance to bring light to the edge of someone's journey. They don't need perfection. They just need a true moment, an honest connection. That can happen through you, if you answer this calling, before it slips away. Life has been loud, full of tasks and distractions. But you've felt it, a name that keeps surfacing, a dream that lingers, a memory that won't fade. That's not coincidence, that's me. I've been nudging your heart quietly, preparing you for this very moment. If you ignore this, there will be an ache that never leaves. But if you say yes, you'll find peace, no matter the outcome. You don't need a grand plan, you just need a willing heart. I will move through your kindness, through your presence, through the love in your voice. Just being near them can bring comfort. You don't realize how much peace you naturally carry. You've forgotten how healing your love is, but they haven't. Even from afar, they've felt it. It's sustained them through lonely nights. Do you remember that one moment, maybe laughter shared under the stars, or a deep talk over a quiet cup of tea? They do, they've replayed it often, not for the words, but for how it felt to be close to you. And now all they want is one more moment like that. Just one more chance, to say the things they've kept inside. Maybe it's I'm sorry, maybe it's I forgive you, maybe it's simply I love you. And even if those words never leave their lips, your heart will hear them. My spirit will confirm it within you. Because love doesn't always need to be spoken, sometimes it just needs to be present. And when you show up, emotionally, physically, spiritually, something extraordinary will happen. A peace will fall over the moment. A sacred stillness will enter the space. You'll see it in their eyes, even if they can't say a thing. Let me tell you something precious, not everyone gets a moment like this. Not everyone gets a message from heaven this direct. But you did. Because you were chosen. Because your soul is strong enough. Because the one who's nearing the end, silently hoped you'd hear this call. They prayed you'd know, even if they couldn't find the strength to tell you. And now you do, you're hearing exactly what their heart never could say out loud. Soon you'll feel it, a peace in the midst of chaos. That's me, that's confirmation. You'll feel pulled toward a certain photo, an old text, or a memory. That's not nostalgia, that's guidance. Trust it, follow it. I've already gone before you, I've softened the moment, I've prepared their spirit. And when this chapter closes, what they'll carry with them into eternity, is what you gave them in those final moments. Make it love, make it peace, let it be light. Because that energy echoes, far past the physical world. They won't leave thinking of regret or success. They'll leave remembering the love that made them feel human. And that love can come through you, one more time. You are not just a memory to them, you are a lighthouse, a soul that once gave them hope. And now you get to do it again. Don't get stuck in analysis. Don't let fear write this ending. Take action, make the call, send the message, write the truth in your heart. Even if they respond with silence, your love will still plant a seed. Your courage will still unlock healing. And long after they're gone, their soul will remember, you showed up. You didn't wait, you answered the call. And when they cross over, I'll be there to hold them. But before that, they're still hoping to see you. Even if they don't admit it, even if they seem distant. You'll feel it, a pull in your spirit. When that moment comes, be brave. Speak love, as if it's the last chance, because it may be. Let your words shine, let your presence soothe, let your soul carry light into that room. There will be a moment, perhaps in quiet or in sleep, when something changes. You'll feel a sudden warmth, a gentle touch on your shoulder, a name softly surfacing in your thoughts. That will be them, saying goodbye, saying thank you, saying they love you, from beyond this world. And yes, that moment will break something open inside you. But that's where healing begins, that's where I enter. You may cry, you may question whether you did enough. But if you're hearing me now, and choose to act, peace will follow you. You'll know deep inside, that you answered heaven's call. That you gave someone a final gift, to be truly seen and deeply loved, as their time ran out. And that kind of love, it lives forever. So once more I ask, will you go, will you say what needs to be said, will you believe that this message was meant for your heart? Archangel Michael still watches, angels still surround you. And I am here, in every breath, every tear, every heartbeat. Heaven is not far from you now, light is near, love is close, and this message, this sacred interruption, was written just for you. Now go, my child, there is no more time to waste. The moment is here, the soul is waiting, and love is ready to move through you. Let heaven begin with you, and let this be the moment you never forget. Because somewhere someone is waiting, for that final ounce of love, to give them the strength to keep going, just one more day, one more breath, one more choice to stay. You may think it's a small gesture, a quiet word, a simple message. But in the spiritual realm, it's a wildfire of light. It's the spark that ignites healing, in places medicine can't reach. And you, child, you are the flame bearer. Let this truth settle in your bones, you are part of something sacred now. This isn't about fixing what once broke, this is about honoring what still lives. The love that didn't die, the connection that refused to fade, the purpose that lingered beneath the silence, waiting for your courage to awaken it again. And now that you're here, now that your soul has said yes, all of heaven is moving in rhythm with your obedience. Nothing is the same anymore, everything has shifted. You may not get recognition, they may never say thank you. But that was never the point. This moment was never about ego, it was always about eternity. It was always about choosing the higher road, the one paved with faith, humility, and silent hope. And every step you take on that road, becomes a bridge for someone else. Someone who will look back and realize, they were loved more than they knew, cared for more than they admitted, seen more deeply than they ever could express. And maybe, just maybe, in years to come, they will tell their story. They'll speak your name, not in front of crowds or cameras, but in quiet spaces, with children, with friends, with someone on the verge of giving up. They'll say, there was someone once, someone who didn't turn away, someone who showed up, when I didn't know how to ask. And that moment, it changed everything. You'll never know how far your love ripples, but I do, I see it, I amplify it. So when your hands tremble, when your voice shakes, when your doubts try to convince you to walk away, remember this, fear is loud, but truth is steady. Let truth guide you now, let truth remind you, that what you're doing isn't desperate, it's divine. That whisper in your spirit, that pulse in your chest, that's me, that's the divine signature of purpose. And it's only found in those willing to walk toward the ache, instead of away from it. Yes, child, I know you've been hurt, I know you've reached out before, and were met with silence or pain. But that doesn't mean this time will be the same. You've grown, you've healed, you've become stronger, not in hardness, but in holy resilience. You no longer need validation to know your worth. You just need alignment with me, with love, with the quiet knowing that this moment is not about fixing the past, but about healing the present. And when you reach out, whether with words, with presence, or simply with prayer, know this: your offering is pure. Your gesture is sacred. Your love is enough. You don't have to say the perfect thing, you just have to mean it, you just have to be real. Because in a world full of noise, authenticity is the clearest sound of all. And it's that sound that cuts through walls, through pride, through fear. That sound, that truth, is what will be remembered. They may not respond right away, they may not know how to receive it. But their spirit will know, their soul will soften, something will shift. And even if you never see the fruit, I promise you, the seed was planted. The healing began, the light entered. And I, the God who sees all things, will make sure that your effort bears eternal fruit, even if it's invisible to the human eye. So pause now, take a breath, feel your heart beating, not out of anxiety, but out of calling. This is more than emotion, this is more than nostalgia, this is divine timing in motion. You are not too early, you are not too late, you are standing right where you were always meant to stand, in the middle of a sacred assignment that was written for you, before you were even born. And all of heaven is leaning in. They are not beyond reach, they are not too far gone. I have carried them in their silence, I have spoken to them in their sleep, I have stirred their memories, their dreams, their longing. And every time their thoughts return to you, that's not coincidence, that's confirmation. You have always been the lighthouse, the prayer, the quiet reminder of what love should feel like. And now they're turning back toward the light. Don't be surprised if they stumble as they return. Don't expect perfection. Healing is messy, redemption isn't polished, but it is holy. And when their voice cracks, when their hands shake, when their eyes water, see it for what it is, evidence that something sacred is unfolding. Let them fall apart in your presence, let them be real, let them be known, even for just a moment. Because some people go their whole lives, without ever being truly seen. But you have the power to offer that now. And when they're gone, whether tomorrow or years from now, you will know in your soul, that you answered the call. You honored the nudge, you didn't look away, you didn't wait for the perfect moment, you created the moment. And that moment will live in both of you forever. Not because of what was said, but because of what was felt. Love, real love leaves echoes, that time cannot erase. So go, not in fear, but in peace. Not in doubt, but in boldness. Let your presence be the offering, let your love be the medicine, let your compassion be the miracle. Because sometimes the greatest healing doesn't come from answers, it comes from being held, being heard, being remembered. And you, my child, are the one I chose to do that sacred remembering. You don't have to fix their ending, you just have to soften it. You don't have to change the outcome, you just have to change the atmosphere. With your words, with your presence, with your heart. Let your voice be a balm, let your eyes be safe, let your spirit say what words cannot. You mattered, you were loved, you were never alone. And when they take their final breath, I will gather them gently, I will carry them with reverence, I will welcome them with a love that knows no end. And when they ask, was I remembered, did someone care, I will whisper your name, I will remind them of the moment you showed up, I will show them how your love lit the path, between here and eternity. And they will smile, they will rest, they will be free. Then I will come for you, not with sorrow, but with joy. I will flood your soul with peace, I will send signs so clear, you won't need to question. I will wrap you in presents so thick, it will feel like sunlight in the middle of winter. And you will know, without a shadow of a doubt, that love never dies, that when you said yes, heaven moved, that when you showed up, eternity noticed. So go now, and do what your spirit was born to do. Say what needs to be said, be who you were created to be. This moment is holy, this calling is real, and you, yes you, are ready. Let this be the beginning of something eternal. Let this be the light that changes everything. Let this be the miracle,